I just want to show you something that is just temporary. I was just playing around with the top shelf here. This is just a lineup of lightsaber battles. And I just wanted to show you what I've done. Before I do that, I'll just show you the shelves. So this is Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith and Clone Wars are all there. Clone Wars obviously between then and Revenge of the Sith. Over here, you know about what I'm doing. This was in Chronological, but now I'm messing around with the formula. So it's a bit like a Star Wars mashup. Original trilogy, of course. I won't put any prequel stuff there. But then this top shelf used to just have some Phantom Menace stuff. I just wanted to show you this lovely little display. I love lightsaber battles on display. So there's these from 1999 that have stood the test of time. Those three figures were all supposed to go with each other. And then there's this here, it's just a statue. And obviously these two always work with their back to you. I'm going to do a video about that, you know, which figures look good away. Look at the way these have yellowed actually, that's because they used to be in a room when I lived away. When I moved out of my home, these were on a shelf and they were for a decade. In a room which wouldn't have had a curtain shut. Anyway, that's why they're yellow. And then this is kind of chronological. Let me move into it. This is one of my favorite. This is just basically my favorite lightsaber battles, one could say. You can't beat that one. If I had more space, I'd have Qui-Gon versus, Anakin versus Obi. But you kind of got that there, haven't you? This is a great lightsaber battle. If you haven't seen Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars, that fight that they have on Yavin 4 is amazing. Again, this is another contender for a figure that looks good facing away from you. It's brilliant. Look at the sculpt of that. We're going to talk about that later. We go to the New Hope lightsaber, the original lightsaber battle. We meet again, Obi-Wan. This just sort of signifies Bespin. Wow, I'm sort of like doing the video, talking about it already. This is another figure that looks great facing up. Look at the state of that. Bruh. It doesn't look like Mark Hamill. However, this is the Saga Collection Luke. From that angle, Luke goes in so brave and powerful and smart. And then he looks disheveled, battered. Where is he? There he is, and then he ends up looking something like that. This figure's not got good articulation, but that's nicely painted his eye there. He just looks battered and he's wounded. He learns a lesson. Anyway. Yeah, and then finally, that's not the best combination, but I just thought I'd put that on the end there. Power of the Force 2, Luke and Vader. So what happened was I had a beautiful Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Vader display, which has moved. It used to be there, I think. It was one of these shelves. In fact, it was there. And I was going to start putting all my Vader versus Luke and Emperor figures all together here. Here's some remnants of my Obi-Wan ones. You know, these two looked great together. Bear with me. I had a mixture of soft goods, hard goods figures. But these two were always really great. See, this is soft goods. Soft. I try and match them together like that. And I've got hard goods versus hard goods. And statues. But I'm not going to keep it like that. I just wanted to just put them all in a row just for a bit of fun for a week or so. I've had it like that. Here are the other two now. I'm putting them back as they used to be. Hang on. So, because that's a good looking figure from that angle there. Just focusing, that's Power of the Force. That's the Last Jedi, Obi-Wan Kenobi. It was in the Last Jedi line, 5 POA, but what a great facial sculpt that was. They used to just have Vader facing him like that. Hard goods, soft goods. So I was going to do that with my Luke and Vader and Emperor, like I say. And I wasn't wasting anything, I was even including things like this. These crappy Power of the Force figures, but they just still look great. They still look good. It's just this lightsabers. Even as a kid, I was fascinated by. Even these two here, see? Power of the Force 2 ones. I'd put them further in the back maybe because they've aged. But you know what I mean? That's what I like to do. I've always mixed up and involved and included stuff. So that's that. What I'd really like to, maybe I should try and get an old Ben. We need that in the retro collection. Old Ben, so I can open my Vader and have old Ben versus old Vader. Put that on the shelf too. So anyway, I was thinking about reconstructing my Vader versus Obi there, and get my Luke versus so-and-so there. It's just going to be a nice ensemble of I can't even speak. It's going to be a nice ensemble of original trilogy over here. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it little and often. Because the last thing I want to do is what someone suggested, which was to take everything off the shelf. They said, put everything in the middle, they said. I'm no way. I'm going to make small moves here and there because I ain't got the time to dismantle all this. I'm just going to get it so it just looks good. So it looks good for Star Wars, you know what I mean? Gonna have to do something with that though, my friends, because that's getting busy. That's my old cantina shelf. This used to be the droid sale here, and then that led into the cantina because it was in chronology, but that's packed. So that's an 80 centimeter shelf. These are 120, so I might need that bit more space to get my cantina in there. See, all this stuff here is very, well, it's a very New Hope. It's very New Hope. See, you've got Banthas, Rontos, Dewbacks, droid sales over there now, the Homestead, Tusken Raiders. So I don't quite know what I'm doing yet, but this might even be Tatooine / New Hope. I've always had a wild Tatooine shelf going on, if you know much. About a year ago I made my Tatooine. I called it the Wild Tatooine, and it's had beasts on the top shelf, but you know, I might just... Oh, I went on Tungori today and I bought myself another Jawa. Not quite sure when I'm going to upload this. Sometimes I'm uploading videos a week after I've done them, but yeah, I got another Jawa from him. It was a Clone Wars Jawa, but I doubt I'll have it on my... It's an animated Clone Wars star, but I doubt I'll have it with these guys. I think I might just mix him in with the my other Jawa clans. And one last word. Look at this. If he didn't burn in the fire, if Obi-Wan hadn't beaten him, he would have come home looking like that, and the Emperor would have aged because he'd already been damaged by Mace Windu, so they would have looked like that, potentially, Vader and the Emperor. Speaking of the Emperor, I've been talking about this recently with a few mates, including my mate Mike. We all agree that that is the best Emperor. He hasn't got the soft goods as the other fella has, but you know what? That's a brilliant one. Speaking of that 5 POA Obi-Wan that we were talking about just before from the Last Jedi line, they were really good figures. And this is great and everything. He's soft goods and he's got a lovely facial sculpt in himself, but I think that 5 POA one is just competitive with these. No, that does look good though. Anyway, thank you for that little rant. Oi, yay! So many bloody tables in here, it's ridiculous. One of these is going to have a what do you call it now, Razor Crest on at some point soon. Thank you for watching. Do give the video a like if you've enjoyed it. I'll do little updates like that as time goes by. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one.